never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through.
Thank y'all for tuning back in to your favorite channel, Pelican Bay Dog Talking News for the day. Giving it to you the way I always do, fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't. Like I always tell you, some gonna like it, some ain't. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, don't forget to hit that like button. Drop down in them comments. Salute to all my brothers and sisters in the chat. PBK9s, giving it to you the way I always give it to you. Salute to all the bulldoggers from one side of the country to the other side of the country, from one side of the world to the other side of the world. Let's get into that dog talk and news for the day. Now, before we get started on that dog talk, dog news, I want to send a big shout out to Brother Ed Volantin, Brother High Five, and Brother Legion for donating to the Cash App, supporting the channel. PBK9, salute to you, my brothers. First thing I want to talk about, one of the brothers asked me about GW. You know, if for those who don't know who GW is, GW was a gray Belgian Malinois or Dutch Shepherd, whichever one you want to call them. A gray Malinois I had a while back, you know, as a pup, and I started training them on, you know, on my videos on Facebook and stuff like that. A lot of brothers might not know who GW is because you probably wasn't following me on Facebook at that time, you know. But make a long story short, I trained GW online. I ended up selling them to a guy, nice brother, that deals with all breeds of working dogs in France. He sent a couple guys over to my house. They showed up. Them guys was tall. I'm talking about probably about 6'6", 6'7", because I'm 6'2". So they had to be about 6'6", 6'7". You know what I'm saying? Only one of them talked English. They took G-Dub, rolled out, took him to France. The brother got him. Within about a week or so, he hit me up, showed me GW. It was GW and his sister, you know, Sham. About a week later, he hit me up. GW was in France. He sent me some updates of the videos of GW as a grown dog. I was looking for him. I couldn't find him on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, he switched his name and I forgot what he switched his name to. I've been so busy back and forth, you know what I'm saying? So once I get up with the brother, I'm going to give you some adult pictures of GW and of Sham as well. And they're both doing good over in France right now. But for those who don't know who GW is, just check this video out in the background. Yes. Place. Stop. Yes. Middle. Place. Middle. Middle. Yes. Down. Yes. Place. Yes. Front. Yes. Middle. Yes. Place. Yes. Down. Circle. Yes. Good boy. Circle. Yes. Good boy. Circle. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Stay. Middle. Yes. Place. And as far as the Malinois, animation be back in heat by the end of the year. So far, this we her fifth heat, something like that. She done had 3 litters already. Got Malinois puppies, and I got a homeboy who got a nice working kennel down in New Orleans. He got some Merino puppies. They're scattered out from all across South Carolina, through West Virginia, through Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York, Georgia. The first litter I sold some to Georgia, North Carolina, Alabama off the last litter as well. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother Andrews out there. Shout out to brother Andrews. Some went to Alabama. They all over. I haven't sold any to Cali yet. You know what I'm saying? Haven't sold any to Cali, or at least somebody that shipped directly to Cali. But everywhere from Arkansas, let me see. I don't want to say that if I'm not 100% sure. I know they went to Tennessee. Yeah, it's scattered all out, man. But hope everybody enjoying the pups they got from me. For the most part, what I tell brothers, when you go get them dogs, just be ready for the ride. Just be ready for the ride. Now, my brothers and sisters, we're going to talk about pedigrees real quick, and how to find fraudulent pedigrees, and how to detect that when you're looking on online pedigrees. How to tell when brothers just enter pedigrees, like I said, for the fraudulent purposes. You know what I'm saying? To pull the shades over my brothers and sisters' eyes out there. You know what I'm saying? So the first pedigree we're going to look at is coming off of Long's Rhino. Long's Rhino. And what drew attention to me in this pedigree, Long's Rhino, one-time winner. Okay, now, Brother Long has been dead. Brother Long has been dead. Okay, what drew my attention to this pedigree is Brother Long has been dead. And if you look in this pedigree, when it's been posted, 2023, if you look at the female, the pedigree is coming off of Going Hard Sassy Girl. If you look at the male that says Hot Dog, that's a false pedigree. For one, Going Hard didn't know that Hot Dog, is off of a Walkable dog. So he wouldn't have knew to put that. Number 2, if the dog really was bred that way, or not necessarily saying bred that way, if the dog really existed as a one-time winner, don't you know that the brother Jamie would have been entered that dog in the online pedigree database before he died? You can't enter no one-time, two-time, three-time winners on the same year that you start your dog show up on. 30 years later. Now, see, we talk all this trash about these walk dogs, but see, we brag about a dog that's coming off hot dog, getting the litter off of Sassy Girl bred the hot dog, when I told y'all already that hot dog was coming off of 50% Big John stuff. 50% Big John. You know, everybody got a little crook in them. Mr. Burns, great man. Great man. But he had rather had hot dog pedigree directly off all his dogs than hot dog pedigree what he was supposed to have been. But it is what it is, you know. Because, see, everybody know Big Head couldn't produce no puppies because of the rubber band Tank put around his nuts. Everybody, at least on this side, and all the bulldoggers in the chitlin circuit, knew that Big Head had the damn, the thing they put around the hog nuts to castrate the hog with, you know, he couldn't have no puppies. But, you know, like I said, we cannot be entering dead man names on these pedigrees in 2023 for monetization reasons, for monetization purposes, fraudulent purposes, you know, trying to make ourselves look like somebody. Go check Pelican Bay. Any online pedigree dog that I got put in from back in the days, go check them and see if I got, since I started my channel, everything you see from 2023, 2022, 2021 is new dogs. Dogs that's supposed to be entered in them years. Come on now. That's like me getting up here talking about Sambo, and yet when y'all look at his online pedigree, you see it was entered in 2022, 2023. So damn, Pelican Bay, what was you doing in all them years the internet was open? When all this online pay was up, why you didn't put that bow up there then? I ain't had no reason to. I ain't had no channel. I ain't had no reason to. I ain't had no channel. I got a channel now. Let me go ahead and put all these, any kind of pedigree up. You know what I'm saying? Because see, I had so many crossroad dogs, my brothers and sisters. I throw these pedigrees up, and some of them was one-timers, some of them was two-timers, this and that, and I'll make the pedigree up. Crossroad not here to talk about it. Crossroad can't validate none of this shit I'm telling y'all, brothers. You know? And I promise you, that's how the game be played. And that's what's going on with this first fake pedigree we looking at. So the thing is, 15 years ago in 2008, because I did the research, Going Hard entered a lot of pedigrees, which was Sassy Girl 2, which was the mother of this dog Rhino. 2008, you know, a lot of dogs was entered in 2008. Then all of a sudden, the son of Sassy Girl, which was entered in 2008, gets entered in 2023 as a winner with convenience of a dog show being ran. With a dead man name saying he the breeder. How the dead man breeded, how the dead man posted it. Now, this brother Jamie passed away, but yet he got the dog Gus. Let's see, Champion Gus? Let's see, is this dog a champion? Yeah, Champion Gus, 3-time winner. And Brother Long did not enter this dog himself. Why didn't he enter this dog himself? I don't know. 2023, why wouldn't he enter the dog? If the dog was a champion, why wouldn't the dog be entered by Brother Long long before he died? Not in 2023 by the guy who got a dog show going on. See, that's the second pedigree that we got entered by the guy who got the dog show going on a dead man. Now, my brothers and my sisters and my dog lovers, you mean to tell me R.I.P. the brother Jamie Long, man? You mean to tell me he had another 2-time winner named ASAP? And he didn't enter that in the online pedigree database. But Going Hard entered in 2023, you know, he entered, instead of him putting his name up there, you know, he put the dead man name up there. But, you know, we're going to do what we got to do to make our show pump, to seem like we them type of folk. You know what I'm saying? To seem like we them type of folk. Go check anything with Pelican Bay Kennel, Pelican Bay, any of my dogs. All my dogs. And check when they entered the database. Proper times. You know what I'm saying? Proper times. You know? You ain't gonna see me talking about entering no dog in no 2023 that I had back in the early 2000s, because the internet was going, and if you was in the dog game, you knew about online pets. So if your dog was doing something back then, you would have entered your dog back then. There's no way in hell, if you that deep in the dog game, you're not gonna enter your dog in online pedigree database back then. And I will tell my brothers like this: online pedigree database was out back then. Because even after me and Crossroad had our situation, we was on online database arguing at each other. Me and Crossroad, you know. So I know online database was up. Other than fraudulent activity, this also comes back to lack of activity, space in activity, blank space in activity. You entered in 2008. 2023, you go back to entering again. What happened in between 2008 and 2023? 15 years of entering. Okay? Yeah. See, one thing when it comes to reading these pedigrees, reading a fake pedigree, being alerted by a fake pedigree, all you got to do, man, is look at them dates, them posted dates, the modification dates. Look at the dogs that's in these dogs. You know what I'm saying? If these dogs dating back to the 90s, and they in the first generation, they coming off of these dogs dating back to the 90s, and these dogs just get entered in the database in the late 2000s, something ain't right, man. All the brothers that had them old school dogs entered them dogs back in the days in the databases. You know, everybody who had something worth something. You know, everybody who had something who worth something. So Going Hard enters a dog coming off of Orca, you know, coming off of Orca. You telling me you waited to 2023 to enter that dog on online database? A dog you had off of Orca, you waited to 2023 to enter that dog on online pedigree database. See? Hey, sometimes when you look at things and it look like it ain't right, and you be like, maybe I'm just looking a little too hard. Nah, man, this shit ain't right. Don't look right because it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. You know? But one thing about it, man, you know, shout out to all my brothers out there who know what they dogs coming off of. Shout out to all my brothers out there who running good lines, no matter if you like my line or love your line. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my dog brothers and dog sisters out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my dog brothers that be down in the chat, that just be rocking in the chat for the entertainment. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters, because I'm going to give it to you. PBK9 is going to give it to you, man. End of the day, you know, I ain't even working hard yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even starting to sweat. You know, we just doing this shit here off the fly. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of news tonight. We got a lot of talk tonight. But first I had to hit y'all with them pedigrees. You know what I'm saying? I had to pay attention to what that brother Pro said. You know what I'm saying? Because see, me and Pro, we talk shit to each other back and forth like I always say. But I pay attention to what he said. I'll slap your ass with them pedigrees. I slap your ass with them pedigrees. Slap your ass with them what? Pedigrees. Pay attention to the pedigrees when it comes to these guys. If you pay attention to the pedigrees when it comes to these guys, you'll easily unravel everything they got going on. Everything they got going on. You know what I'm saying? You just got to pay attention. Everything Pro said wasn't accurate, but he had some key points. You know what I'm saying? But he had some key points when it came to them guys. You know what I'm saying? My Big John brother told me a long time ago, pay attention. The ones that's always attacking, the ones that's always saying the crazy stuff, is the ones that's out here trying to do stuff with their dogs now. When I say do stuff, I mean sell puppies, sell something. They have a hidden agenda behind what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And it never fails. Never fails. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at how brothers was attacking that Big John brother on Facebook for no reason. Just talking about how they breeding this and breeding that better than him. Arguing with that brother about his own shit. And they not doing nothing. They only got one dog. You know? It's always a hidden agenda behind that thing. You know? The same way I got attacked just a week ago for no reason. It's always a hidden agenda behind that thing. Pay attention, brothers. It's always a hidden agenda. Some money involved. So I got on my channel and I publicly criticized anybody who went at going hard. I publicly criticized them from pro to anybody else. And I told them, you don't go on my channel or don't be in my chat talking anything about them brothers. That's the things I got. When it's time to get some clout, the snakes come out. Snakes come out of the grass when it's time to get some clout. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. All you got to do is, like Pro said a long time ago, slap him in the face with them pedigrees. Slap him in the face with them pedigrees. I'm just going to stick to the plan. You know what I'm saying? That shit put a halt to everything they was doing back then when Pro slapped them in the mouth with them pedigrees. You know, they start trying to hit, like I said before, hit the man on some different shit, but the man said something that I caught on to. A dog man caught on to it. Catch your ass with them pedigrees. I got him, Pro. You know, I know you're mad at me, but I got the ass with them pedigrees today. You know what I'm saying? Got a dead man. They out here producing dogs, out here making dogs. 30 years later, they popping up, 2-time winners, 1-time winners. You know what I'm saying? All because of a show. All because of a show. Tearing this man down, tearing that man down, all because of a show. Don't get mad at me, like I said, because you ain't getting no pension from your damn Marines. You no different than them boys that went AWOL. A wolf on a loose. But you claim to be a shark. Hey, it is what it is, man. PBK9. Some gonna like it. Some ain't. You know what I'm saying? Some gonna like it. Some ain't. Including the folk that be in the chat. Including the folk that be in the comment. Some of the subscribers ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, one thing about it. When we get these brothers on our shows, when we get these brothers on our panels, we got to be responsible for what they say. When brother Boom called me talking shit, brother Boom, did I talk shit back? I listened to you like a man, respectfully, because you called me like a man. You say, I got to be responsible for what people say on my shit. You know what I'm saying? And I took that. You know what I'm saying? Because you were speaking up with the truth. But how can I go off that when I see somebody going on 70 years old using y'all names, using all these OGs as references, but they doing the total opposite of what you telling me? Now I got the strength to shut them all the way down. You know? Strength to shut them all the way down. You know, at the end of the day, all I have to do is spread out all the people that's watching the show to all them other dog channels. You ain't got to come to mine. You go to Triple J, you go to Samurai, you go to Fat Bill, you go to all these other channels. 1 by 1, 3 by 3, 5 by 5. You know what I'm saying? The goal is to dismantle. You know, dismantle. At the same time, tell my dog brothers the right things to do with these dogs. You know what I'm saying? The right things to do. Because I got a lot of stuff to show y'all brothers to pay attention to tonight on this show right here. You know what I'm saying? PBK9 is giving it to you the way I always do. Fair and unbiased. You know what I'm saying? I dig, and I find what my brothers need to know when it comes to these pit bulls to make y'all and to help y'all move in the right directions. Now we gonna get back to them pedigrees, but I want to get y'all brothers in some of this news. You know what I'm saying? We got a woman who's been arrested for the second damn time for animal cruelty. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, hey, like I always say, it is what it is. Cameras caught her, you know, abandoning the dog. You know what I'm saying? It's not too much I can say about it. I'll just let y'all check the video out.
News of leaving a dog tied up with no food, water, or shade outside the CK Newsom Center. Police say the small dog was tied up to a power box on August 8th. Officials say the dog's microchip showed it belonged to 45-year-old Chantel Merriweather. Police say they called Merriweather, but she refused to answer any questions. Officers say surveillance cameras showed her in the area with the dog and then later without it. They say Merriweather has a prior conviction for animal cruelty in 2018. Records show she's also been arrested in the past for child neglect.
Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. Salute to all my brothers and sisters down in the chat. Don't forget to drop down in them comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button. Go ahead and hit that button. And if you haven't hit that notification bell, go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way, every time I drop a video, you'll get the alert. You know what I'm saying? You'll get the alert. Now, you know, when it comes to animal neglect and when brothers had these dogs like super skinny and stuff like that, you know, I never heard a situation where a person, actually what the news people say, a person intentionally starved the dog. You know, I mean, if you really look at it, like, see, that's why, you know, the news be trying to say certain things to make certain things look bad. Because, I mean, unless a person needs help and needs help buying dog food, every person that they got, they literally locked up with them small, real small dogs or skinny or malnutrition dogs. It was on purpose. Intentional. You know? Like, what is unintentional starving? Other than a person that cannot afford their food and need real help. You know? And believe me, when a person loves their dog and they cannot afford food, they will figure out a way to get some. You know what I'm saying? They will figure out a way to get some if they love their dog and they don't got no food, no matter what kind of food it is. And one thing about it, you know what I'm saying? Some of the way some of them dogs look, how skinny they be, it don't come from 1 day of starving, 2 days of starving, 3 or 4 days of starving. That shit come from damn near a month. More than a month. You might go 3 weeks without eating properly, just drinking a little bit of water, and then you get a little bit of food 2 or 3 days, and then you go another 2 weeks without eating properly. You know, that shit is not for no 1 week worth of not eating. When you see dogs that look like what I'm about to show y'all brothers, you know. But the thing is, you rarely hear intentional starving. But on this video, you know, check it out and check out the situation. Intentional starving of a pit bull.
A woman on Boston Police's most wanted list is arrested and charged in a horrific case of animal cruelty. Now, the nonprofit rehabbing the dog says it is one of the worst cases that they've ever seen.
Yeah, the details here are very disturbing, and the images we're about to show you are difficult to see. We want you to know the dog is now recovering. NBC 10's Kirsten Glavin has been digging into the charges filed today. And Kirsten, I'm hearing this isn't the woman's first offense.
That's right. This Roxbury woman had an incident with animal neglect last year, and the exact same judge ordered her to stay away from animals. Now, obviously, that didn't happen, and today's case is seemingly just as disturbing. Emaciated, malnourished, and on the brink of death. This is Joby, the dog who underwent what the MSPCA describes as the most severe case of intentional starvation the animal care nonprofit has ever seen.
I've been doing this work for 29 years, and I've seen a lot of cruelty and neglect cases come through our doors, and some of them have been incredibly tragic. But I have to say, this is the one that has been the most painful for me to see.
The 3-year-old pit bull terrier had just hours to days left to live, according to the MSPCA, which took him in. An arduous rehab process they struggled with.
I had a lot of internal thoughts about, should we keep going, or is this a point where humane euthanasia is the better route?
The dog's owner, 36-year-old Lakita Burris of Roxbury, charged Thursday with animal cruelty. She hid from our cameras in court while disturbing details were read aloud.
Joby was locked in a cage in a bedroom with an electric collar on. He was sitting in his own urine and feces without any adequate water or food.
Prosecutors stating Joby was discovered by police while they responded to a call for a gun at her home on the 4th of July.
All of his ribs and hip bones were completely visible and his skull was sunken in.
Her defense arguing she didn't own Joby and that her children let the dog inside.
The person that owned the dog was turned into some kind of a user of drugs, and that's why maybe he wasn't feeding or she wasn't feeding the dog.
Regardless, Joby now on his way to recovery and possibly a new owner.
He's going to be loved and cared for, hopefully soon, in an adoptive home and never have to think about that again.
Burris was held on $1,500 cash bail today. Anyone interested in adopting Joby can head to our website, NBCBoston.com, for more information on how to help out. We're live outside of Roxbury District Court tonight. I'm Kirsten Glavin, NBC 10 Boston.
Now, man, that was crazy. You see how small that dog was? Now, any brother or sister that see them dogs looking like that, know that don't come from no 1 week, 2 weeks worth of not eating right. That comes from a lifetime of neglect. You know what I'm saying? And she'll get what she's supposed to get, at least at the end of the day, this is what we argue about. What PBK for? Because people like that don't get anything, and brothers who got these pit bulls with scratches on them get damn time. That's what PBK9's up here screaming for. See, that's my grand champion, Yellow. That's my grand champion, Mayday. That's my damn Sambo modern day 2023. When I see folk like that get a bullshit ass citation. When I see folk like that get a bullshit ass warning, just a little kick. And then you got brothers over here who get shut all the way down, who get stumped all the way down, kicked while they down because of a few scratches on some dogs and some drugs. A few scratches on some dogs and maybe some other kind of illegal charges. You know what I'm saying? But now they pit bull fighters. Like I said, that's my Bolio line. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about. If you about that, we ain't got no reason to damn cross paths far as conflicting paths, and we supposed to be working together. You know what I'm saying? What I'm out here trying to do has no reason for me to argue with another pit bull brother. We supposed to be linking up. A brother can't even get out here and fight the way he's supposed to fight because being tore down from the inside. You know what I'm saying? Structurally being tore down from the inside. So by the time you get out here to these folk who make these laws and you need to say this and say that, you're physically weak, mentally weak from battling your own people. Hey, it is what it is, though. You want the reality or you want some bullshit, Shout out to all my folk in the UK, man. Shout out to all my folk rocking with me from Ireland. You know what I'm saying? All my folk in South Africa. Definitely in the house. South Africa. Salute to you, all my brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Rocking at the bottom of the continent. South Africa. Yes, sir. Shout out to all my bulldoggers from one side of the country to the other, from the top to the bottom, from the left to the right, from Niagara Falls all the way down to Brownsville, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my Spanish brothers down in Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything about Texas, but I know something about Brownsville. But hey, it is what it is. Let's keep this dog stuff going. All right, this next thing I'm talking about, I want y'all to listen. We're going computer voice for a few minutes, but you need to listen because Remember I told y'all about the vet tech that got busted? But this is more information about the vet tech that got busted. Not only did he get busted for using his stuff and different things in the dog circuit, he was also creating a magazine. So you probably know who the dude is. You know what I'm saying? The guy who got busted had a pit bull magazine. So y'all gotta know who it is. I don't know who it is because I don't deal with the magazines unless it was ADBA Gazette. I'm not with all them sporting dog journals and put my dogs up in them shits. Because Crossroad Ben told me a long time ago when the guy bought the dog, some guys from New York bought the journal from Kelly. When they got the journal from Kelly, man, they got busted not too long after that. Like that journal always been affiliated with people getting busted since the 90s. You know? And I remember Crossroads saying that out of his own mouth. But y'all check this out. Virginia vet tech sentenced to 20-some months for his creation of a pit bull magazine, as well as his involvement in the dog fighting operation.
A Virginia veterinary technician who once distributed a magazine nationwide on the illegal dogfighting business was sentenced to 20 months in prison, federal prosecutors said Monday. Carlos Warren, 49, a resident of Rapidan, was charged with conspiring to fight dogs and promote dogfighting using interstate publications in order to forfeit all dogs and animal fighting equipment that was seized during the March 2022 search of his home. Dogfighting is savage and inhumane, and it will not be tolerated, said U.S. Attorney Christopher Kavanaugh. The individuals involved in the breeding, training and cruel deaths suffered by innocent animals, especially in a case like this at the hands of a trained veterinary technician, will be held accountable and justly punished by the Justice Department. Warren began dogfighting as a teenager, the Justice Department said. While living in Virginia and California, he distributed The Connector, a magazine that contained the latest news of the illegal trade. The publication covered interviews with known dogfighters, fight results, pedigree information and ads for dogs and the sale of illegal steroids and other substances for dogs. When he moved to Virginia, he set up a dogfighting yard and hosted various dogfights, prosecutors said. While working as a veterinary technician, he stole or obtained medications and other supplies to treat dogs during fights until they lost or refused to fight, authorities said. When the dogs couldn't or refused to fight, they were electrocuted by Warren, federal prosecutors said. Upon his release from federal prison, Warren will be subject to 3 years of supervised release and will be prohibited from owning or caring for any animals.
Now, have you ever seen a pit bull, aggressive pit bull that's attacking people that police say they cannot mess with? You know, they can't get, they don't have the legal authority to get that dog, and the dog is not on nobody's property. Have you ever heard of a situation like that? Pit bull attacking people, police can't get the dog, say they don't have authority to get the dog for some odd apparent reason. I'm about to let you check the video out. You know, let you check the video out. Never heard of that before. But like I said, it's a first for everything, man. PBK9's gonna give it to you. Some gonna like it, some ain't. Fair and unbiased. Like I always say.
It involves an aggressive dog that attacked at least one other dog and a jogger. Well, over the weekend, law enforcement located that pit bull and its owner. Let's bring in Mike Benner. Mike, people probably think the dog was taken into custody, but that's not the case.
Not the case at all, Brittany. Neither police nor animal services personnel had legal authority to seize the dog. Basically, their hands are tied, and this is extremely troubling to the people who have come face to face with this pit bull.
This is flabbergasting.
Kara Bloom is beyond frustrated that authorities have not yet taken custody of a pit bull that attacked her 11-year-old poodle mix, Rocky.
This is just truly remarkable that the city, the county, whoever would just let this continue, that there's no recourse for anybody.
Bloom says little Rocky was attacked in early February while on a morning walk in the area of Southeast Clinton and 27th. Audio of the unleashed pit bull's assault on Rocky was captured on a neighbor's home security system. Listen.
I mean, we did almost lose Rocky. He spent the night at the hospital. He didn't eat for a week. And he needed 24-hour care for 2 full weeks. So, yeah, it was dicey.
And if that's not bad enough, Just last month, the same pit bull that attacked Rocky is suspected of mauling a jogger near Southeast 45th and Hawthorne. The jogger was left with several dozen puncture wounds on her arm and leg.
I feel like it was dragging my leg this way, but like one leg to the other leg to the other leg to the arm.
The assault prompted law enforcement to look for the pit bull and its owner. Multnomah County Animal Services eventually found Bubby and owner Jesse Miller. Since Miller is homeless, the dog went to Miller's mom's house for a routine 10-day quarantine. Problem is, Miller went to his mom's house and took Bubby, launching yet another search.
This past Sunday, Multnomah County Animal Services and Portland Police located the two near Fred Meyer on Southeast 38th. But here's the thing. Authorities could not take the dog because Miller had no outstanding warrants and he refused to surrender Bubby voluntarily. Instead, authorities are issuing notices of infraction and classifying the dog as dangerous.
The fact that the dog is still out there, it's still off leash, and nobody's being held accountable, like, it's terrifying.
Bloom is afraid a child could be the next to be mauled. She says the pit bull needs to be taken off the streets.
I don't necessarily think the dog needs to be put down, but it needs to be managed by a responsible owner.
All right, despite Animal Services and police not taking the dog over the weekend, we can tell you the county is pursuing every possible legal option to take possession of that pit bull, and that includes meeting with people in the district attorney's office. Brittany?
Wow, all right. Thanks so much, Mike.
Man, y'all know I'm just getting warmed up. You mean to tell me this dog out there biting the neighbors and that woman being nice as well? She's saying she don't necessarily think the dog should be put down, but he needs to be a responsible owner, and she's right. But you mean to tell me all that shit happened with that dog and they can't get a warrant to put the dog down? They can't get a warrant to get the dog, make the man, all they can give him is infractions? See, that's what PBK9's for. That's what PBK9's for. PBK9s ain't for to argue about no damn Mayday shit. You know what I'm saying? Because to each his own. You know, my thing is I love all the dogs. At the end of the day, I love all the dogs and all my dog brothers that's out here taking care of their dogs. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to being equal on that playing field, on that scale, it seems like the pit bulls outweigh everything. You know what I'm saying? They get all the flack for everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get leadway. Every other breed, even the pit bull itself. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what type of person you is. If that brother who all that incident happened to, if he had any drugs involved, or if he had any type of urban look to him, you know what I'm saying? Any type of hip hop look to him. If he was just regular person, you know, he would have been charged with dog fighting. They would have took that dog, or not necessarily dog fighting, they would have took the dog and put him down. You know what I'm saying? In some cases, you know, a dog should be put down. You know, we can get up here and argue about this law or that law, but in some cases, dogs should be put down, and the owners probably will agree with you. In this case, the owner don't agree, but, I mean, if you can't stop the dog from biting people, like, what the fuck? What do you care more about, that dog or that dog hurting people? You know, it's a difference when somebody hurting you and your dog protect you, but if that dog constantly hurting people, you need to be put down. The more and more news I give y'all brothers and sisters tonight, is something in the back of my head to keep saying. Slap their ass with them pedigrees. Slap their ass with them pedigrees. I don't know, slap their ass with them pedigrees. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, all you got to do is pay attention. You know, because see, you can learn more about a dog man, the way he move, from online pedigrees than that Sporting Dog Journal. You can learn more about his dog game. When I say that, I mean this. Sporting Dog Journal give you a story written by a man. You know what I'm saying? But that online pedigree, pay attention. Pay attention. The same way it's easy for anybody to just paper peddle a dog, just put a dog on online peds, that not off this dog or not off that dog. Pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Pay close attention to them dates. Pay close attention to the dates. pay close attention to the stud dogs and the female dogs that these dogs off of. You know, it's 3 things you pay attention to. The dates, you pay attention to the first and the second dogs in the pedigrees, and then you look at the dog man himself and ask yourself, why is these dogs being entered at this particular time? You know what I'm saying? Because when I got Bo, and when I was running with Bo, I was on the online ped at the same time. You know, at the same time. You know, when I had other dogs on online ped at the same time. You know, but hey, it is what it is. Now, this next story I got for my brothers, you know, I got to keep giving y'all this good dog news. Because like my brother told me a little while ago, you know, make sure you throw a lot of good dog news in there instead of a lot of the attacks and things. So I'm giving to you all different angles, the attacks, the bust, the raid, the good things, the bad things, the dog shelters, everything. Pedigrees, who bullshitting, who lying in this dog game. PBK9 is going to give it to you. I've been to you. Fair and unbiased. Only one to say I'm being biased. See, listen here. Y'all say bias is because I like the yellow dogs. At the end of the day, I talk shit about the yellow dogs. When I say talk shit, I mean I talk good about them. But, you know, I talk about all the breeds. And if I don't know about a dog, I'm not going to do like some of these other dog brothers, get up there and lie about it to y'all brothers. You know, that's what I'm not about lying. I'd rather just say I don't know it. It ain't no harm in me saying I don't know about this blood. I don't know about that dog. I don't know about this dog person or that dog person. That don't knock their credit. But, you know, all my dog brothers that's around my age, a little older, a little younger, the dog fanatics, the ones that been searching dog information before the internet was jumping. You know what I'm saying? Before the internet was jumping, searching all the dog information you can find, all the books, anything you can find on the webs. You know what I'm saying? Anything you can find on the webs. Now, you know, you search high and you search low. And you know damn well you ain't never heard of going hard before. Hit them with them pedigrees. Dead man, entering 2023, something ain't right. 2023, 2-time winners, 3-time winners. That man, let that man rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Stop entering fraudulent stuff on that man's name. With your dogs up under to make your dogs look good, to make your channel look good. You know? But hey, PBK9s, man. I got to give my brothers this good dog news coming up here. This good dog news because that's what they want. You know, PBK is going to give it to them. You know, shout out to all the Bulldoggers. Shout out to all the Bulldog channels, like I say. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the Bulldog channels. Shout out to all the Bulldogs that seen them dogs scratch all different kind of ways. The slow scratchers. I'm talking about they just so damn slow. They just scare you every damn time. You know, they scratch so damn slow they scare you up until like the 4th, like the 6th scratch. After like the 5th or the 6th, and you see that they gonna do it like that every single time, you don't worry about it no more. Let that damn turtles run across the line. Let that turtle run across the line. He gonna cross every damn time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the slow scratchers back in the days. The ones who back there hollering, in the corner, screaming, you can't even hold them. Shout out to all them. You know what I'm saying? It's different kind of scratches. At the end of the day, like I said, you know, Marine tactic number 1. Hit them from the center point, which means put a gap in this center position. You know, put a gap in the center position. Some things brothers should already know. Now, I got a question for my brothers and sisters down in the chat, and also the brothers and sisters that's watching that's not in the chat. Say you got lost in the woods. Say you was lost maybe close to a week. You know, how long would it be before you start eating what you wouldn't normally eat? You know? And we know none of us can really say it. Just guessing. How long would it be? A couple days before you start eating spiders? Before you start eating snakes? Before you start eating things you wouldn't normally eat? You know what I'm saying? Normally you would eat deer, stuff like that. But say you can't catch nothing like that. Maybe the first day you get you some real meat, a hog, you find you something, a little baby hog or something on the first week. But then, or you find you some type of meat that first day or so, and then you can't find nothing. How long will you go before you start changing up your diet? Going in survival mode. Well, this next story, we got a brother who went 3 months, 3 whole months, 90 days and more. At least 90 some days on the lam. Except he wasn't running from the police. He was running from death. This brother was stranded on the ocean for 90 some days. Just him and his dog. Him and his dog. No food. Had to survive off raw fish. And, things like that. And it's a great story. I want you to watch the whole story. I got some, the first footage I'm going to show y'all, brothers, is the actual real life footage of the brother being rescued. And then I'm going to show you the footage, from the news people and the updates, what's going on with him and the dog. And the only bad part that I see, that I hate about the whole situation, well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Y'all get into this video.
Big dog, bro. Hi, sir. Do you speak English? Yeah. How are you doing? You okay? Hi, my name is Andres. We need to know if you have any drugs or weapons on board.
No, I have no drugs or weapons.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Yeah. You can check everything.
Disembarking his rescue ship with a warm embrace for the team who saved him, this morning Tim Shattuck is the sea-weary castaway who's now sharing his harrowing story of survival with the world.
When you get saved, you want to live, so I'm very grateful.
After being lost at sea for nearly 3 months, the Sydney sailor indebted to the fishermen who plucked him out of the ocean.
I'm alive and I didn't think I'd make it.
Discovered bobbing some 1,300 miles off Mexico's west coast, Shattuck, who was stranded at sea with his new dog Bella, was reeled in by a tuna trawler after he was miraculously spotted by a helicopter working with the ship. Shattuck says he and Bella survived for months by drinking rainwater and eating a diet of raw fish.
So it was a lot of tuna, sushi, and I'm still very skinny. By the time I came here to the fishing boat, I was just eating so much food.
Just weeks into their 3-month voyage from La Paz, Mexico to French Polynesia, Shattuck says a storm wiped out all the electronics aboard their catamaran. Holding on to each other, they survived against the odds.
She's a beautiful animal. I'm just grateful she's alive, She's a lot more braver than I am, that's for sure.
The two drifted for months, never knowing if a lifeline would come.
I would try and find the happiness inside myself, Things get tough out there, you have to survive.
This morning, the castaway back on land, but saying he'll never give up new adventures at sea.
Okay, that is an incredible story. So many layers to it. And Shattuck, actually, Miguel and his dog, actually recently just met by chance.
Yeah, that's right. Just before he departed from his ill-fated journey, he met Bella on the streets of Mexico. The dog wouldn't stop following him, so he decided to take her on the boat. Little did they know they'd be in for a journey of a lifetime together, guys.
Yeah, and a bond, too.
Glad the dog made
for
it,
a
too.
long, long time, Miguel. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Now, what would have messed me up out of that whole ordeal, see, you know, we're a different kind of brother. You know, salute to that brother because he survived all, you know, them 3 months. And you know, it would have been hard for anybody to do. And I can't swim. You know, so that brother was dipping off on the side, going to swimming, you know, keeping his mind calm, staying calm in a situation where he could have been panicking. You know what I'm saying? He was just trying to stay calm, you know, and that helped him survive. Staying calm helps you survive in a lot of situations. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I couldn't do that the brother had to do was give up that dog when it was time for him to go back home. I don't think I could have did that. You know what I'm saying? I would have had to make a way for that dog to come back with me. And plus the dog was a stray that just met him on the way to when he was going to go on his fishing vacation or his little vacation. The dog just met him. So I would have made a way. Me and that dog would have had a bond from that 90 days. You know what I'm saying? Them people, by taking that dog from him, they took something from his life. You know what I'm saying? That man, 90 days on the ocean is something that he going to always remember for the rest of his life. But the person, or not necessarily the person, but the animal that was there with him, that dog, he going to always wonder where that dog at. You know what I'm saying? Until, you know, maybe till he died or the dog, he feel like the dog dead. He going to always wonder where the dog at. Like, I just feel like the Australian government or, you know, whichever government that was involved with should make sure that dog get back to that brother right there. You know what I'm saying? That should be a bond that they got that dog. He got that dog forever. Unless, you know, they say the dog was stray. You know, unless the dog was owned by somebody, and they should somehow or another come to agreement with that brother. You know what I'm saying? Somehow or another come to agreement, because the dog could have easily been gone in the water. You know what I'm saying? The man could have easily turned around and ate the dog. You know, if he got hungry, he could have ate the dog. You know how many times that man got hungry and looked at that dog and be like, oh, I can kill him, turn around and eat him? But nah, he made sure they survived off salt water and raw fish. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's like, you know, sometimes I bet you I'll do an update eventually. Hopefully I'll do an update on this story, and they'll say that guy got the dog back. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'll do an update on it. I'm going to keep checking on that as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep checking on that as well. But like I say, man, y'all keep your eyes on them pedigrees. Y'all keep your eyes on them pedigrees when it comes to them dogs. You know what I'm saying? And never underestimate your mind. When you see something that don't look right and you think it don't look right, you might be right, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal out there. Y'all understand and remember, these dogs aren't meant for anything illegal. 2023, stay free of the bullshit PBK9s, giving it to you the way I always do. Fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't. Y'all hit that button before y'all get up out here, and I'm out.